about y'all, but I doubt my respect. That's real, that's real, that's real. I'ma live in the meantime. Haters telling me to chill cause they need time. Rest in peace, it's the G-A-N-G. Hate on me cause we ain't leave the seat vacant. We taking the RAP game to a new place. I swear that we got this tied like a shoelace for real. Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Kevin Harlan. Lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Barnett.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
On the floor for Dallas, Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. J.J. Barea is out there with Darren Williams, and it's McGee in at the center, locking down the middle. McGee a screen. Williams with a clean look, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Nowitzki. And it's Felton in for Williams. Freak dishes to Tucker. Shot clock at 6. Morris. It's rebounded by Dallas. And here we go. Fast break. Barea's got it. And finished off by Parsons.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch, and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold, the way that guy gets to the rim.
And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Second, the Mavericks.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
And mark that bucket down, folks. That's the first career basket from Barnett.
And a scrappy one, but he'll take it. It doesn't matter how you get those first points in the NBA. It just matters that you get them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there will be plenty of chances to create spectacular highlights in the years to come for this young man. But right now, he just wants those first points.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Pulls it up. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Parsons. He had a strong showing last season. Last season, he averaged 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go. I like what I'm seeing right now.
And stolen by Knight. McGee with the block, and they're able to recover. And good on the basket. Book it.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
Parsons attacking. In the corner, it's Felton. Second chance effort. Rejected by Len. 1:44 left here in the opening quarter. Barnett passes to Morris. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Dallas has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
You know, the Phoenix Suns played well overall last season, but they still couldn't match up against some of the teams in the West. Had a hard time with in-conference battles.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And for the Suns last season, Greg, they ended with a record of 21-31 against the Western Conference. It's something that you can point to, Greg, as a reason they failed to make the postseason.
Great point, Kevin. And the big problem for the Suns were the other Western playoff teams. Only went 8-22 against the top 8 in the West.
Well, let's take a look at last year's Dallas Mavericks and where they ranked in the NBA. Also showed up in the top 5 in fewest turnovers. When you squeeze the orange and take care of the basketball like they do, you put yourself in position to win.
And go back to points off those turnovers. I mean, teams really get caught unprepared to deal with that blitzing style, that trapping, diving in the passing lanes, and then running it down your throat in transition.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, in that last break, I listened to the Suns coach address his team. He told Knight that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach wants him to go from one of the key guys to the key guy. And from the way he responded in the huddle, I think he's up to the challenge. So still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And it's McGee with the jam.
Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
Pass to Knight. Dishes to Morris. The three. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Morris has got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
There's the pick. Barea kicks to McGee. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Knight dishes to Freak. And the 3 off target. And stolen by Knight. Len passes to Tucker. Outside Knight. Morris a screen. Outside Knight. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. And that does it for the first quarter. The Suns on top. They're up by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Earlier, we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, feeling's pretty crazy.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you? And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Mavericks trail by 12. On the floor for Dallas. Chandler Parsons out there with Powell. Then there's Felton. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Barea in at the 1 spot. And Parsons kicks to Powell. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Powell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. 5 on the clock. Freak dishes to Teletovic.
And just a solid start to the season for Teletovic last year. I mean, unfortunately, it came to a close prematurely as he was battling blood clots.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And really, the line a season ago was just a battle for him. Just about a 72% free throw shooter.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
Man, and it's really served them well, seeking out the contact you mentioned and putting pressure on the defense.
Well, for Teletovic, he got the clots in early December, and Clark, fortunately, he made a full recovery.
Yeah, good to see him back. You know, Bosch's blood clot battle was more publicized due to his stardom, but Teletovic went through the same thing. It's a real threat to an athlete, and hopefully it's well behind him and he doesn't have to run that race anymore.
To the wing on the left. With some arc, that's in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Barea.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook, really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Mavericks trail by 5. Felton kicks to Parsons. Goes up the baseline. No luck. And Phoenix the other way now. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Len, his second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
And he gets it to go. Berea's got 6 points in the quarter. 1:50 left in the first half of basketball. Freak with it. He's got 5. He kicks to Booker. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Booker's got 14 points. Mavericks trail by 7. Now Felton. To the paint. Here's Berea. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. 12 points for him.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
And Booker kicks to Teletovic. Goes up on the wing. It's rebounded by Dallas. McGee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Parsons passes to Berea. McGee a screen. Berea dishes to McGee. And for JaVale McGee, what was once such a promising career is now, Clark, I think, kind of at the crossroads.
Yeah, you know what? He is capable of being a major rim protector and rebounder, but I think teams are getting a little bit impatient with him because he's just not mature to the point that you would have expected.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, you know, the Mavs made the playoffs last season, but they really had a hard time against the rest of the Western Conference contenders, in part because they struggled defensively. Offensively, they were pretty good, but they didn't quite come up with enough stops when they needed them.
Heights checked in for Phoenix.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
It's all tied.
And now,
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. And here and the Suns here with a different look. Len's checked in for Chandler. Mirza Teletovic comes in for John Lure. Archie Goodwin, he's checked in for Booker. And it's Barnett in for Eric Bledsoe. JaVale McGee's checked in for Dallas. Berea comes in for Chandler Parsons. Barnett, he's in at point guard. Warren is out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then it's Goodwin, and it's Len in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Freak kicks to Teletovic. Now here's Goodwin, guarded by Berea. And he overshot that one, missing. Dallas has gotten some tough luck from 3-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Matthews, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. TJ Warren picks one up.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
A different look for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Nowitzki. And it's Felton in for Darren Williams. There's a screen. Freak kicks to Teletovic. And the Suns miss again. And speaking of Matthews' strength, he really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel him. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down weaker, smaller defenders. I mean, you give him that mismatch, he will attack it with vigor.
And the Suns here with a different look. Here is Berea. Looks for Nowitzki, gets it to him. It's hauled in by the Suns. Tucker's got 4 rebounds in this game.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, it would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Phoenix.
Good point, Steve. And Clark, they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
I like their fortitude, their toughness, particularly in terms of dealing with adversity. Anytime things didn't go their way, they just put their nose down and stayed with it. And because of that, they were able to pull away.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And as we've come to expect, another big game tonight and an impressive exhibit for Eric Bledsoe. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
The Mavericks pull it in. An even 3-on-3 break. Pass to Barea. Outside Matthews. Nowitzki kicks to Powell. Matthews, no one around him. Another 3 for Dallas.
That is a real nice looking deep 3 ball there, fellas.
Yeah, Clark made confidence on display.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back. Eric Bledsoe. He put his team on his back and carried them as we... And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started on a new...
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100.
It's Western Conference time for the traveling Golden State Warriors today. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and I'm this. For the Phoenix Suns, they're coming off a good outing against New Orleans.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Iguodala, the pass to Barnes. Pulls up on the wing, and he hits the jump shot.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. Averaging about 24 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy. All elements working together. The game is coming easy to him right now.
And the Warriors making a change here. Rush is checked in. Suns leading by 5. Phoenix looked to be on the verge of making it back into the playoffs last season. Ultimately, though, Greg, they faltered in the second half of.
Yeah, it was a 3-team race. And
So,
after
man?
coming up short in 14, the Suns had the edge.
Oh, your
early.
mic's real
As
quiet.
you said,
I thought it
Kevin,
was-
they simply couldn't keep things going in the second half of the
Yeah.
season.
Iguodala dishes to
Not
Barbosa.
much louder.
Chandler with the block, but he stays with it.
Nope.
In the corner, Iguodala with it. Here's Barbosa. That one off the back iron and out.
Tell you what,
It's a little
they
better.
haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Chandler is screen. They set the pick.
Yeah.
Down low. It's tipped. And here we go with Barbosa. Heading to the hoop.
Bro,
Good.
they were both putting on a show. That was
Barbosa's got his
ridiculous.
first basket.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait
Yeah, I know.
around for any help on that break.
Solo,
Played for Arizona, I
performance
believe.
all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
Did he?
I'm going to let it slide.
Here's Lure, covered by Barnes. And Lure kicks to Freak. 4 on the clock. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. Here's Rush.
Yeah, you're talking about that
It's
dude,
all done by
Orlando.
the
It's Aaron
Suns.
Gordon.
They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. It's very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
Azili gets the bucket.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Barbosa against Barnett. To the middle. Chandler the pass tonight. And the
Yeah, that's my fault.
rejection
I should
by
stay out the
Azili.
lane.
And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition. That's good. And now just a 1-point Suns lead.
3 straight hoops in transition
Yeah.
now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Yeah, no excuse for giving up the easy fast
Yeah.
baskets like they
That's
have.
funny.
They've got to do a better job of engaging there.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really
playing like shit in
complemented
this
the rest of the team
NBA.
perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
It's Knight with the drive, 5 to shoot. The 11-footer, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. 43 seconds left to play here in the first. Iguodala outside. The feed to Barnes. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Barnes has got his second basket of the game. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Los Angeles Lakers.
And I believe what that game came down to was their ability to really knock down those triples.
Yeah, I thought the work they did on the perimeter was excellent. It was just too much for that defense, or really any defense for that matter, to handle. Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
Barbosa dishes to Rush. No good on the three. He got it up. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him.
Damn it.
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about.
I'm gonna start it though, so it skips a lot of the time. I'll be on siege pretty quickly.
Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And platoon swap here for Phoenix. Different look here for the Warriors.
Almost at halftime when we
Vasili's
just
checked in
started.
for Bogut. Harrison Barnes comes in for Green. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Andre
Playing against
Iguodala.
Curry, man.
And it's Barbosa in for Thompson. Barnett
I really don't want to do
point. Warren is out there with John Lewis. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Chandler in at the center. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Here's Barnett. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. The Warriors leading. Curry kicks to Barbosa. Golden State moving the ball around. In the corner, it's Ezeli. Pass to Barbosa. Barnes dishes to Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Drills the three-pointer. Curry's got 9.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Here's Barnett. And the Suns miss
Why
again.
can't I shoot?
Warriors leading by 5. Barnes passes to Curry. Back to Barnes. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. Well, you think about Stephen Curry, and your first thought is he's a remarkable three-point shooter. That's right. But he's not just a long-range threat.
Yeah, I see him as a shot maker, one of the league's top mid-range shooters off the pull-up, too, and he's a creative finisher. Floaters and backspin shots, English, high off the glass. Again, the best shot maker, I think, in the history of the game.
And the pass to Rush. Lets it go with a 3. Shot is off. And Phoenix the other way now. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Chandler kicks to Lewis. Barnett against Barbosa. And the layup is good.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Barnett against Curry.
Whoa.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Tyson Chandler.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA.
Church is
None
chicken.
brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Green, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
Chandler is screen.
But I don't get how he fucking...
Right wing. It's deflected, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
58 seconds left to play here.
Have we heard when that
He just hasn't
Samsung
looked right to me.
promos ended?
Out
The
of
tabby?
sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics.
I wonder if we'll get any
As I
more.
look at it.
And again, no good by
Yeah.
Golden State.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down.
Oh, yeah?
No defender in sight.
Feeds to Lure, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it.
Barnett against Curry. Chandler dishes to Freak. And he uses the glass on the layup. Barnett's got 6.
Okay, I'm getting the hang of it a little bit.
Advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this
Murder
first
hole.
half.
Curry with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Lakers.
And how about how opportunistic he was defensively? Steal
He's not
after
making
steal
that,
for
though.
him in
That's
that game. Just
bullshit.
showed the quickness of his hands and anticipation.
And we finished one half.
Well, Brandon, tell us a bit about your...
Bet you won't do it. Bet you won't do it. Cowboy.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. One guy who's been getting it done so far. The Warriors making a switch here. Rush is checked in. Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Harrison Barnes is out there with Rush, and it's Bogut in at the center position. Here's Lure. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Curry passes to Barnes. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Warriors?
True.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean,
I don't give a
leaving
fuck,
them no
Juice.
room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they've really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
By Bogut. Warriors leading by 6. Outside Curry. He kicks it to Bogut. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. 6 points for Bogut. Suns have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Barnett against Thompson. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. Releases. Warriors with the rebound. Bogut's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Curry kicks to Rush. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Rush has got 6.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
Barnett, no good. Golden State's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Thompson with it, and it's Knight picking him up. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 11 points here in just the second half.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Freak dishes to Chandler. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Knight into the lane. They get it back, and it's sent back by Bogut. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And the Suns making a change here. Lenz checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Brandon Rush. Dishes it to Warren. 1:27 left to play in the third. There's a screen. Here's Knight. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Knight's got his third basket of the night. Warriors leading by 11. Barnes can't get it to go. Barnett against Thompson. Now here's Freak. He's tightly guarded, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Phoenix had a season of heartbreak last year. So many losses for them on last-second shots. Late-game losses, Greg, buzzer beaters.
Yeah, it's sad if you're a Phoenix fan. How many times this team lost at the buzzer? Just close games in general. Of their 42 losses, how about 18 were by 5 points or less?
Curry kicks to Bogut. Right side Curry. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
You know, trying to think back on all of the last-second losses for the Suns last year, guys. Heck, the Clippers, Milwaukee,
Come on, man.
Houston, the Grizzlies, Kings, and Warriors. Ouch.
Iguodala outside. And it's off from three-point range.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Yeah, big blunder there, and that could really cost them.
Yeah, and the timing of it was bad, too. I mean, they're trying to cut down and cut into the lead. Just a tough, bad break there.
Barnett against Curry. He's feeling it. The shot no good. Excellent D from Barnett. Launches it. No good on that last second attempt there.
I can't freaking shoot.
Down double. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter.
All right, fourth quarter, minute 48
and
left.
then for Golden State, Azili's checked in for Green, and it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. Barnett is out there with Booker, and it's Len in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
How about Steph Curry in this one? He's got 27 points. And just
Bro, it is cool though when
amazing
Curry's on the
performance
court. It shows him like chewing on the mouthpiece and stuff.
From three, guys. You know how much I love to see guys knocking down.
He'll have it in his mouth and then he'll take it out at different times. It's pretty cool. Well, they got those gestures in there.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
He hasn't been quite able to lure the defense into fouling him as much. Hasn't been as effective in drawing fouls here.
Morris outside. Curry against Morris. The dish to Bogut. And the foul called on Freak.
Get the hell out of here.
So that will be his second
Can't
foul
rip
of the
anybody
game. We're in
either.
the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That guy sucks.
How you want to send to the line, Kevin?
And Bogut drops them both. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Booker. Over to the left wing. And stolen by Barnes.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Warriors.
You're right there, Steve. And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And what should be an exciting 4-game season series between these two teams They have to feel great about taking this first one tonight against the Suns.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Stephen Curry. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Alex Len. John Lure comes in for Morris. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Archie Goodwin in for Booker. Different look here for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Ian Clark subbed in for Steph Curry. Here's Barnett. He feeds it to Goodwin. Pulls up. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And here is Barbosa. So we see the Warriors get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And time now.
Congratulations on this win tonight, Stephen, and tell us a little bit about the driving
You're super
philosophy
weird, bro.
behind how this team strives to be the
He was bugging me about playing.
He ain't even on.
Yeah.
And I know they got out on time tonight.
most cohesive unit possible.
To me, it's a commitment, and we know that that's going to put us in a good position to win.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
True.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent he wanted to exert his control over the tempo of the game.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. It's hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and Horace on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Well, look who it is.
Yay.
It's a Ronnie T. Booker Smoke Pants. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying now. Now I just feel dumb.
Whoa. I can hear your game.
Sorry, buddy.
How's that possible? Oh.
My mic is super sensitive.
I thought you were in the headphones.
I am on my headphones.
True.